Hello everybody, today I'm going to be doing my second video, and today we're going to be making some bag holders. They hold lots and lots of bags. So if you got any Walmart bags, grocery bags, you can put them in here, hang them up. I'm making one for a gift for Christmas. I've made several of these, so it's not my first time making these. So I do know what I'm doing this time. And I have got my fabric here, so I'm going to do some chicken fabric. Somebody I know likes chickens. And I've already made my tear and tape. I will probably do a video on that. You can buy tear and tape. This is going to be for the handles, and basically all it is fabric sewn together, but it stretches. So if you take fabric like this and just sew it down in a line, it doesn't stretch at all. But there's a certain way to make this. So there's videos on that, and I may make one. So this is a 19 going across by 22 going down. And you want to make sure you know which way is going to be facing up. So this will be, the birds will be up. So when you cut your fabric, make sure you kind of look at that and don't cut it wrong. So you want the long on this side and the width on this side, if you can have a picture. And these are cut in half. These were 1/2 inch elastic. They're cut in 10 inches, but I cut it in half. So it's 1/4 inch by 10 inches long. 1/4 inch width by 10 inches long. So I've got 2 of these. You're gonna need 2 of these. And then this is, I believe this is 20 inches, because I like a long handle. Yes, 20 inches for the handle. So 20, 10 and 10 at 1/4 inch. This you make whatever size you want. I don't really have that's about 1/4 inch. Then you're going to need your iron. So I have this really cool Cricut iron, little mini iron with a little pad right here. Hopefully you can see it. I don't have a lot of space in the sewing room. And that will be, you want to make sure that everything's straight, so when you sew it, it's not all crooked. Then of course you have your sewing machine. I have a Brother CE1100 PRW. And then your threads, and then of course you can have your pins. I got this at the Dollar Tree, a little pin cushion. And I just set it at 0.25 or 2.50, and it's 00. You don't really need a lot to hold this together. So what you first do is go ahead and make a seam up here. So I've got my iron just beeped, it started. So I'm going to iron this, just fold this down, because that's where your elastic's going to go. And you can fold it twice. And if you want to make a more cleaner seam. So I'm going to fold it once, just a little bit, maybe about 1/4 inch. And just iron it. Try not to get it uneven. And sometimes you can look at the pattern of the fabric. It may have a line on it. Or I can measure with this, because that's going to be going in there. So you want to make sure it's enough room for the elastic. But I make mine long enough so I can double fold it. So I'm going to go ahead and sew this, and then we're going to fold it again. And of course you're going to need some scissors. So I've got some tiny scissors and big scissors. These are just for clipping the thread. So I'm going to fold it one more time just so it looks neater. And this time you want to leave a little bit more room so you can put the elastic in there. So this time I'm going to pin it because it didn't get quite straight. So I'm going to pin it, make sure this is going to be pretty even. Make sure the elastic's going to fit inside. So let's see. I want just enough to put the elastic through. All right, it's about right there. I'm going to do this on both sides. Stitch on here, pull this pin back out. Stitch again. All right, I want to do the other side, so for this I'm just going to pause it. Hopefully some of you know how to sew, so I'm going to pause this, or either I think I'll just fast forward it, that way we can save time. So that's the front, and that's where we're going to feed the elastic through. We also will need a pin. Do the other side, and then we will show you how to put the elastic in. All right, so that side is done. So that's the bottom. So now we're going to feed the elastic through. So what you're going to want to do is put a pin on one side so you don't lose it while you're feeding the elastic through. So just put a pin at the end. So when you feed it through, it'll stop. Because I have lost mine inside and had to retrieve it. So let me find a pin. Let's see. Don't know where it is. All right, so I could not find my safety pin. So I just found a paper clip. Hopefully this will work. So I'm going to feed this through. Be very careful because this side's pointy, because I do not have the safety pin. I'm using a paper clip. Seems to be working so far. Remember, this pin stops this from going through. You do not want that to go through, because this is going to tighten up. That's what it's supposed to do. That will hold the bags. All right, now that it's through, carefully remove your safety pin, or in this case, the paper clip, and hang on to this end so it does not fall through. And I would get a pin and pin it right in the end. Well, not right in the end, probably closer to there, because you're gonna stitch this about 3 or 4 times. Otherwise it will come out. I've had one of mine out of my, I think I made 4. Only one so far didn't. I think it was actually my first one I did for a camper. The elastic came out, so then the bags don't stay in. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'll take this pin out. Now we go to the other side and see how it's clamped up here. And then you're going to remove this. Just make sure you do it carefully, otherwise this will fall through. So hang on real tight to the end. Trust me, I've done it way too many times where I had to feed it all the way back through, and once it's sewed at the other end, you can't do that. So make sure this is all the way to the end. Then do about 4 or 5 times. Get the string out of the way before I get tangled up in there. Three, 4, 5, 6, just because I need to get back out. All right, take the pin out. Clean up the edges. So now there's a stretchy part that's going to hold the bags. Now we have to repeat with the other side. So for this side, I'm going to end up pausing because I do have to redo my thread. So I'm going to pause it real quick, and I have to put my thread back on. All right, I have done both sides. So what we want to do is fold the good side together. And then pin it, because you're going to sew all the way down. I'm leaving a lot of room, so I don't even have to worry about removing the pins while I'm in this process. I'll put the pins way down here so I can just go all the way about 1/4 inch. And at this elastic, you want to double stitch this or triple stitch this with elastics at. And remember, it's going to be hard to go, so go slow so you don't get jammed. It is going to be thick right here. I'm going to double stitch this, actually forward, back, and forward one more time. Oops, that one popped up. All right. Try not to remove the pins, but there we go. I guess I end up gonna have to move the pins. This is from the Dollar Tree, but it does shift, so I might have to figure out a way to tighten it, maybe cut it and sew it, or either just sew it, because it does turn, and I don't really like that, but it was $1.25 at the time, or $1. I know it's been so long, now they think they're a $1.50 store. So one day I'm gonna end up stabbing my arm. All right, slow over this elastic. Back. Sounds like this thing needs oiling. I don't know, are you supposed to oil these? I've never done it. That should be good. All right, we got some bag holder, and now I'm just going to trim up these edges here, so they look neat, not too close. Oh, good thing I did that because I have a pin still in there. I guess you should remove the pins right away. All right, so if you can't find your safety pin, a paper clip will work, but I don't recommend it because it does poke through your fabric if you're not careful. Perfect. All right, now we're going to take it inside out, or you can also, I don't think I have this heated, but you can fold these down and sew it flat, so it has a neater seam. I don't know if it's really going to matter, honestly, on bag holder. But I'll do it anyways. It's not really that hot. It gets hot. I love this. This is Cricut. It does get hot quick though. And you can put it in high, medium, low. I got it on medium. Sometimes high is too hot and the fabric will start smoking. Depends on what kind of fabric you're using it. It does get very hot. I actually use this for small HTV vinyl. I've done like stockings and stuff like that. So it's really cool. You don't have to use a whole heat press for something like that. I've even done it for sublimation. Thinking I forgot what I did with the sublimation. Just small items. All right, so let's inside out this. And look, good thing I caught that. I got too close. So let me redo this because there's a little bitty hole right here. So And if you see my other video, I am not a professional sewer. I'm just kind of winging it. I never started sewing until COVID. As a matter of fact, right before that, I was going to sell my sewing machine because I never used it. And then I saw everybody's making these COVID masks. So I said, well, I'll get with the game. I was stuck at home anyways. The place I worked shut down for a few months. And I started actually giving them away. And then I ended up starting to sell them. But, so this is going to be the back. So where this seam is, it's going to be in the back. So you can't see it. So when you put your handle on, so this is your handle. This is going to go on the side. So make sure your pattern, whatever you want, don't put it up. Don't put the handles like this, unless you want upside down chickens. So put your, I hope you can see, I don't have a lot of room. I'm going to have to redo this room too. So put your fabric up like this, and then take the seam, put it in the back. And then you're going to take your tear and tape, or whatever you want for your handles. You're going to put it on the side. So remember the seam's in the back. So I'm just going to flip it around where I can see where the seam's at. Make sure the seam's in the back. That's important, or it won't look right. And then I'm going to put the handle. And you can make them as long, or I like mine longer. You can make them as long or short as you want them. And then you're just going to pin it. I guess you put one side on at a time. So let's see. So this is the back. So this is on the side. So if you pull it open, yep, okay, got it. And you're going to want to do this a couple of times too, so the handles don't break. All right, there's one. I'm so excited. I'll be done with her Christmas presents. I did make a bowl cozy for her, and with the same chicken pattern, and I made her a clock with chickens. So that's another video. So all this, so I'm just cut this excess. So, and I think I made her a chicken necklace. I don't know if I did a video on, I think I did a video on that. So I made her a bunch of chickens. So if you know anybody likes chickens and you want to know how to make them something cool for Christmas or the birthday, or just because you love them, go ahead and watch my videos. I cannot wait to send this to her. I'm going to send it to her before Christmas. All right, so I'm going to pin this one because I didn't do the other one. I want to make sure I hang on to it. Oh, I think I just ran out of thread. No. Well, I think that's good. We did a couple times and my thread got tangled, so, but I did it about 2 or 3 times. All right, so now you have yourself a bag holder. And I'll show you how to put the bags in real quick, and we will be done. And I'm super excited to give this gift to her, along with the other gifts. So you just take your Walmart bags, squish them up real tight, put it in here. This is why you need to make sure this is tight. And then when you want a bag, just pull out, and the other bags will stay in there. All right. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.